Marson and CJ are nominated for eviction, but who will win the Golden Power Veto and will they use it to save one of the two nominees? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. It's day 75 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake 4 house, and this week Lindsay is the head of household. She nominated Marson and CJ for eviction, but the Golden Power Veto could still change the nominations. Who will win it? We'll find out shortly. But first, the Reality Realness crew, Chantel and Jonathan. Jojo was unfortunately absent. He's back to work. But I'm sure he'll be back. They broke down last week, week 10. Chantal put 7. Whoops. And they did a fantastic job, as usual. My notes were actually very, very short, because I guess you didn't say a lot of disagreeable things, or you didn't have any questions for me. No, I shouldn't say disagreeable things. I mean, topics of debate, I guess, is what I mean to say. But yeah, the two things I wrote down, Jonathan, and Kat was, I think, a great guest, and she had a lot of good insight. Jonathan said that screenshots, should they not be allowed in future seasons? And to be honest, I've never thought about this before because I've obviously never played. And while I don't think it has a huge impact on the game in either way, like I think the same winners would have won in each season and there would have been the same outcome, I do agree that there are pros and cons on each side, and to make a rule that you're not allowed to send screenshots of conversations to other house guests would be interesting because it could increase the amount of lying and deceit that a house guest could do, especially those who are not technologically able to create fake screenshots. But then, of course, with fake screenshots comes the ability to lie whenever the hell you want, as Chad and Julian both did a lot. So I don't know. A part of me thinks that for All-Stars, I should ask as part of the, when I ask, you've all done this, submit a picture, pay your money, submit your survey questions, maybe put in a fourth thing and say, do you think that sending screenshots of conversations to each other should be allowed, yes or no? And if the majority say no, maybe we'll do that for All-Stars. I don't know. How does everybody feel about that? I think there's pros and cons. I can't really police it, but at the same time, if person A says to person B, I want to know who you voted for, send me a screenshot, and I said that you can't send screenshots, then obviously that person B could then just out person A. So, I feel 50-50 on that issue. Kat said... Oh, that was something I had to discuss with Kat. Never mind. The other thing was with Jonathan was he said that if I had invited... First of all, he asked if he could come over to my place. And yeah, he says he has a relative that lives close by in the next building. But still, he still asked me if he could come over. And then he said that he wouldn't have kissed on the first or second date. And then he never gets to a third date, apparently was a joke. And I'm just like, okay. It is what it is, but I don't believe that. Anywho, moving on. Let's get to the Golden Power Veto competition. So Marson and CJ are nominated for eviction, but the Golden Power Veto could still change the nominations. The Golden Power Veto this competition this week was Big Brother Knighted. And this was a very simple competition where you were all on a chessboard and had to move around the board, and whoever you were trying to block each other in, and whoever was the last person left standing would win. And at any point, if you wanted to play a trivia question, you could. And if you got the question wrong, you were eliminated. And if you get the question right, you could swap places to another spot on the board. This competition went extremely well. I thought it was... it went a little bit over in terms of time, but I thought it was extremely interesting. It was dramatic. It was suspenseful. And because of the format where you could only move like a knight, moving in an L shape, it was very difficult to block anyone in. I noticed certain house guests were trying to block other house guests in, but because of the movements, there was always a way out. And so the competition, that's why it went on for so long, because you could really utilize the entire board. So yeah, I thought it was I thought it was a lot of fun. While there were times where I disagreed with choices that house guests made in terms of their moves, there were so many options. I mean, really, there was like a billion combinations of how this entire competition could have gone that I wrote them down, but I'm not going to go through them because overall you can make a pros and cons list for each. I will say that CJ at one point, when she was on number 23, and you're going to see for the first time ever, I always sort of abbreviate the results, and because I'm kind of lazy about it and I don't want to put everyone through the whole thing. But this time, because this was such a good competition and I think everybody really enjoyed it, I'm actually going to put the full board up in just a minute so you can see the results. But yeah, at one point, CJ was on number 23. She went to 39, and I don't remember the number that I didn't write down the number she should have gone to, but she basically went down. She should have gone up to the top left area of the board, and somebody else did do that, and we'll see if it worked out for that person. So I thought that was a mistake, unfortunately. But who knows? She may have still lost if she went the other way. And then at one point, Nick said he wanted to go to space 10, or I think it was 10. Yeah, I believe it was 10, and then he changed it to say, no, wait, can I go to 17? And I said, Nick, I'm sorry, I have to accept your first answer. And then he said, but wait, I was driving. And I don't know if he was actually driving or if he was just being sarcastic towards the drivers or the operators. But I said, okay, you know what? You said 10, but if the other two house guests remaining at that point in the competition say yes, you can change it, then I will allow it. And the other two competitors said yes, so I allowed the change. It would not have affected the result of who won if I had declared that he had to go with his first choice. Okay. So, and what's funny is I'm going to reveal one of the 4 trivia questions was not played, or nobody needed it. So I'll read that one now. On what day of the week does Andrew Shevsik-Moonves typically not wear the Dwight mustard yellow dress shirt? A, Monday, B, Tuesday, C, Wednesday, D, Thursday. The person who would have got this question, because one person didn't end up taking a trivia question, would have said C, Wednesday, and would have been correct. The other 4 trivia questions, 3 of the 4 were wrong answers. So Reality Realness will chew them up. But anyway, okay, let's get to the results. CJ has no choice but to take a trivia question. Who was the nominee who survived the block when Andrew Shevsik Moonves wore a light purple t-shirt? A. Cat, B. CJ, C. Curtis, D. Lindsay. She says B. CJ and is incorrect. The correct answer is D. Lindsay, and CJ has been eliminated. Lindsay has no choice but to take a trivia question. On what day did Andrew Shevsik Moonves wear a white and blue striped t-shirt? A. Day 37, B. Day 44, C. Day 51, D. Day 58. Lindsay says C. Day 51, and she is correct and chooses to move to square 57. Now Marcin has no choice but to take a trivia question. What was Andrew Shevsik Moonves wearing when Chantel crowned Lindsay HOH Live? A. Blue t-shirt, B. Maroon shirt, C. White and blue striped t-shirt, D. Gray dress shirt. Marcin says D and is incorrect. It was A. Blue t-shirt. Marcin has been eliminated. And now Brazil needs to get this trivia question correct. Which of these has Andrew Shevsik Moonves never worn this season? A. Red hoodie, B. Blue dress shirt, C. Purple sweater, D. Green t-shirt. She says C. Purple sweater and is incorrect. It is B. Blue dress shirt. Congratulations, Nick! You have won the golden power of Veto! Okay, now it's time to get right into the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Hey guys, it's me, Nick. I'm super excited that I made it to the final 5 with you all. Much love. Surf's up. And now, Marcin, CJ have won the Golden Power Veto, and I can decide whether to use the Power Veto on you or not. So Marcin, why should I use the Golden Power Veto to save you? Much love, much love, much love, Nick. You won the Golden Power Veto fair and square. I screwed up Poker Wars. I'm so mad at myself. Then I screwed up my trivia question. I'm so mad at myself. Erg. But I totally respect your decision. Okay? Thank you, Marcin. And this is not a decision I take lightly. And CJ, you're up next. Mick Jagger likes to bagger after drinking Jagger. Hello, Nick. You know, I'm just so over the moon that I've tied Lynn's nomination record with 6 nominations. Can you believe it? 6 times nominated. That deserves another classic cocktail. I'm gonna make CJ's famous Long Island iced tea. It's a little different from the traditional recipe. So you take some Jagger. Then, you can't wait for the day you take the rum. Everybody loves rum. Rum. Oh, I can't wait for this. And then the creme de la creme. It wouldn't be a Long Island iced tea without iced tea. Why is Long Island iced tea not Coke? It's so stupid. Long Island iced tea. Okay, so you want to put your Long Island iced tea in it, but you don't want to screw the flavors too much, so you just put just a little bit of iced tea in the iced tea. That's enough iced tea. Okay? Cheers! Whoa, Lindsay, that was one totally rad drink, but I've decided not to use the Golden Power Veto. I know, right? Shocker. But I have to respect Lindsay's nominations. With that said, this Golden Power Veto ceremony is adjourned. Who will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 4 house, finishing in 5th place, Marcin or CJ? Find out tomorrow, and we will learn the identities of the final 4 and who will rise to power and become the new head of household. I'm Andrew Shefsing, who invests take care and relieve you as we eavesdrop on the house guests. Good night.